welcome to Clash of the Dice. I'm James.
I'm Joshua.
And in this episode, we're really excited because we're bringing you our first episode in the Age of Sigmar Skirmish campaign that we're doing.
Also, we're out of the month of Mod. I can use my Blood Reavers again.
Yeah, you're back on Blood Reavers.
Yes, I am.
But different game. Same army, different game. I'm going to be using Caradron Overlords. And the story goes that a Caradron Overlord skyship has crashed in a valley and they're trying to find their way back to a skyport, and all along the way they're going to be dogged by a Bloodbound Warband. So this is the first episode. Let's see how we get on. So this is my Caradron Overlords Warband, headed up by an ether chemist whose name is Dwanbor, and he has alongside him an Arcanaut company with a cutter and a pistol, and another Arcanaut company member with a ether shot volley gun. So that's 24 points, 20 for the ether chemist and 2 points each for the Arcanauts.
So this is exactly 25 renown of Khorne Bloodbound. I have a Bloodstoker as my general. He's called Farrell. Or as Dad will shorten his name to Phil.
Well, to be fair, I said, what's the name of your general? And you said Phil. And I said, that's the most Khorne name you can come up with, Phil. And you went, alright then, Farrell. So, yeah, I am going to call him Phil from now on.
So, yes, we have Margor as a Chaos Champion. We have Garrick as a Blood Reaver Champion. Chieftain, yeah. I'm going to be referring to them as they are called in Night Vault. So Garrick, Margor, Sayic, Arnulf, Targor, and Karsus. These four are just regular Blood Reavers. And like I said, this all equals to exactly 25 renown, with him being 16, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, which makes a total of 25. So
episode 1 of our Age of Sigmar Skirmish is going to take place in this valley. And the story goes that a Caradron Overlord sky vessel has crashed in the night and the fog, and the crew have been scattered throughout the valley. And the ether chemist who was on board the sky vessel, he has managed to pull back together 2 of the crewmen, 2 Arcanaut company, and they find themselves in this valley only to be ambushed by a Khorne Bloodbound Warband. Now, I finished setting up first because I've only got 3 models, and as luck would have it, it's random deployment. You have to roll a die, and if you roll for each model, a 1 would be in that corner, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6 can be anywhere you like. I rolled 2 5s and a 3, so I managed to get all of my models all together, whereas Joshua's is a bit more scattered. He's got some over in Sector 3, 2 in Sector 1, both this one and that one are both in Sector 1, and this one is in Sector 3, so he had to be at least 9 inches away from my models.
And I think it makes narrative sense with Khorne being absolute berserkers and they just want to get in and have a fight like orcs. So I think it makes sense that these two just run off in crazed, in their savageness, and they just want to kill some
Blood Reavers are tearing towards their prey. So, victory conditions, it's kind of a fight to the death. We need to break one of the warbands, and you break a warband by destroying half, rounded up, of all the models. So I've only got 3 models, so Joshua needs to take out 2 of them. Joshua has got 7 models, so I need to take out 4 of them. So a bit more of an uphill battle for me, but because I deployed first, got all my models down first, I get to choose whether to go first or second, and I think I'm going to choose to go first. So, Caradron Overlord's hero phase. My commander is going to use his command ability, which is Inspirational Fighter. All models within 6 inches of him get they re-roll hit rolls of 1. And then we'll move on to my movement phase. So I'll make the moves and then we'll come back. So, bearing in mind, turn 1, we have only got a line of sight range of 12. So, for whatever reason, the Caradron Overlords have moved forwards and have come into sight of these 2 Blood Reavers. Whether they heard them coming or not entirely sure what the motivation was, but yes, they've moved forwards. They're now within range of these 2 Blood Reavers. So on to the shooting phase. And I think I'm going to start with the volley gun on this Arcanaut company member here. and he gets +1 attacks because my Ether Chemist can pick a weapon and they get +1 to their attacks. So he's going to roll 7 dice, hitting on 5s. So let's see what that does against these Blood Reavers. 7 shots, hitting on 5s, wounding on 4s against this Blood Reaver who is furthest back.
Cast the chained.
So needing 5s, re-rolling 1s because of my command ability. And that's 1 hit.
And
there's a 1 there. Ooh, that was a 1. So wounding on 4s. Nope, that's no wounds.
Oh, phew.
Right, fart gun. Sorry. We call it the fart gun because it looks like a fart gun from Despicable Me, and that's basically what it is. It's noxious ether or something like that, and yeah, this is 3d6 attacks, I think?
Ouch, that's a lot of attacks.
3d6 attacks. This one's going up against the closest Blood Reaver, Arnulf, and 3d6 attack. Let's see how many attacks we're doing. Oh, 14. Okay, so this is going to hit on 4s and wound on 4s. Let's get some more dice. Hit on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
That's a few 4-ups.
And there's a 1. So
Wounding
that
on
was 8 successes. Wounding on 4s. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, -2 rend, so you don't get a save, and 2 damage. So the closest one is a goner.
Definitely.
So
he sniffed that up and his lungs have burned.
1 down, 3 to go. What a way to die. Dying to a fart gun. And then the last Arcanaut is going to have a go with his pistol. He should just be within range. It's 12 inches maximum because the one thing, the Break of Dawn, and also it's only 12-inch range on his pistol anyway. So we'll just measure up to make sure he's in range. So that's 2 shots, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. 1 hit. 1 wound.
Okay, I need a 6.
No rend, yeah, it's a 6 save. Nope, so that's 1 damage. So another dead Blood Reaver. 2 down, 2 to go. On to the charge phase. There's nobody within 12 inches. Not that I probably would have charged anyway, because Arcanauts do shooting pretty well, except for volley guns. They don't do close combat very well at all, whereas your guys do close combat pretty well, but now they're all the way back there. So we'll go on to Battle Shock phase.
I've lost 2.
Because there's no combat.
My bravery is 8, so
for your Bloodstoker.
even if I get a 6, I'll be fine.
Yep. Okay, so on to Blood Reavers, turn 1.
So the Bloodstoker is going to use his command ability, which means all units wholly within 6 inches, who includes Sayek, I've just checked, they all get +1 to wound rolls.
Okay, so on to your movement phase.
The Blood Reavers and the Bloodstoker all have movement at 6, so they've moved their maximum movement closer to the Caradrons. The Blood Warrior, the Chaos Champion, sorry, only has a 5-inch movement, however, so he's only moved his maximum 5 inches. So, yeah. They're all outside of charge range, so I can't charge. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of my turn. Just moving.
So there's no Battle Shock to take, so do a roll off for turn 2.
Indeed.
5. 4. Yeah, I'm definitely going first in the next phase. So on to the Caradron Overlord's turn 2. The hero phase. The general is going to use his ability where we re-roll hit rolls of 1. For movement, I'm going to stay exactly where I am because the sun has come up a bit more, so the line of sight has increased to 18 inches, and the volley gun is now in range and line of sight of this closest Blood Reaver. So we're going to go straight onto the shooting phase. Nobody's going to move because these guys, the pistol can probably get in range if he moves closer, but he doesn't want to be within 12 inches of a marauding band of Blood Reavers and Bloodbound. So we're just going to go straight onto the shooting phase. The volley gun is going to benefit from the Ether Chemist's ability to get +1 attack. So again, 7 dice, hitting on 5s, re-rolling 1s. And that is 1 hit.
No 1s.
Wounding on 4s. No wounds. And no charges to make because nobody's close enough. So on to Battle Shock phase, nobody's taking Battle Shock. So on to Blood Reavers, turn 2.
Hero phase, I'm again using his ability where all units wholly within 6 inches, again, all of them, gain +1 to wound rolls. And onto the movement phase. The Bloodstoker's got a special ability actually, which activates in the movement phase. So, at the start of your movement phase, you can pick one other friendly Khorne mortal unit wholly within 8 inches of this model. Until your next movement phase, they can add 3 to run and charge rolls made for that unit. In addition, until your next movement phase, you can reroll any wound rolls for attacks made by that unit. A unit cannot be picked to benefit from this ability more than once per turn.
Okay, so yeah, you weren't in range to use that ability last time, were you?
No.
You weren't within charge range. So this time you can move and then charge and see if you can make any charges to get into close combat with the Kharadron Overlords.
They've moved everyone forward their maximum movement. The ability that the Bloodstoker has I used on Garrick, our champion. So he now needs a 9-inch charge rather than what was probably going to be a 12-inch charge.
Yep.
He needs a 9-inch charge. He needs a 10-inch charge. He would need a 12-inch charge.
Yep.
He's just out of range.
Yeah.
He's a slowpoke.
Yeah, your Khorne champion, whatever he is.
Chaos champion.
Blood Warrior champion. He's been weighed down by his armour, while all the other guys who shun armour for mobility, they've all managed to scoot ahead a bit. So who are you going to charge first?
I think we'll charge with Garrick first.
Garrick, so he needs a 9 to get him into contact with the nearest unit.
That's
a 10, he's in. So who's he charging against?
He's probably going to go into the volley gun, because I don't like that volley gun.
Okay,
Well,
so
no,
you need
the
to end
fart gun.
within half an inch.
The fart gun,
Yeah.
because the fart gun's scary.
Yeah, and because he's got a fart gun, you get -1 to your attacks characteristic down to a minimum of 1.
And he'll get +1 characteristic because he's a champion.
Yeah, so effectively it makes him an ordinary Blood Reaver. Next guy.
Sayek, so he needs a 9-inch charge again. No.
Nope, he fails.
He needs a 10-inch charge. No.
Nope.
He needs a 12-inch charge.
Well, now he'd need a lot more than that because there's a big fat guy with a whip in the way.
True.
So he'd have to charge around him, so now he can't make it. So, on to the combat phase.
So, Garrick is going to hit that general. So, I get 1 attack. He's got a Meat Ripper Axe. That's 1 attack needing 4s. No.
Misses. So I now choose a unit to pile in and attack with, and I think I'll go for the Arcanaut with the cutter. So the Arcanaut company with the cutter is going to pile in, so he's an inch away, and attack with his cutter, which is 1 attack, hit on 4s, wound on 4s. So that's a miss. Oh, I can re-roll hit rolls with 1, can't I?
Yes, you can.
So I can re-roll that. That's a hit, and wounding on 4s. That's a wound, and that is no rend, 1 damage, so you need a 6.
And I got a 1.
He's a gunner. And there's no more pile-ins to attack, so now you take a battle shock test, but you'll automatically pass it.
Yep.
And roll off for the next turn. 6. 4. So in this turn, I need to kill a Blood Reaver, which should be fairly easy. So let's go on to Kharadron Overlords, turn 3. In the hero phase, the general used his ability to reroll hit rolls of 1 again, and he shuffled forward about 1/4 of an inch to make sure he's within range of both that Blood Reaver and the Bloodstoker. And we're going to move straight into the shooting phase. Again, the volley gun is going to see if he can actually hit something this time with 7 attacks going into that Blood Reaver. 7 shots, hit on 5s, re-rolling once. And 1 hit again, wounding on 4s. See if you can wound something. It's a wound! -1 rend, so no save. That dude's a goner. Now we're going to use the fart gun against the Bloodstoker. Simply, I've already won, but if I take out the general, then I get a major victory. Ooh, only 7 shots this time, which is kind of convenient because I've got 7 dice ready. Hit on 4s, re-rolling 1s. So 1, 2, and a 1. No, 2 hits, winning on 4s, so it's not going to kill him. both fail to wound. So Battle Shock, you'd automatically pass the Battle Shock, because I'm not going to charge, because they're not suicidal.
On the rewards table, I rolled a 9, which means I could randomly generate another command ability for the Bloodstoker. So I decided to get Tenacious... Well, I rolled and I got a 5, which means I get Tenacious Defender. Friendly models within 6 inches get +1 to their save roll. Can re-roll save rolls of 1.
Yeah, reroll save rolls of 1, and that's just for the next battle. Me, I got to roll 3d6 when choosing my rewards, and I got some various options, but I went with the extra renown one, and I've got 3 extra renown, d3, and I rolled a 6, so I've got 3 extra renown. So in total I've got 11 renown to spend on extra units for the next battle, which will be enough to get me a Sky Warden and a Thunderer, which is nice and convenient, because that's what just happens to come in the Night Vault set for this faction. And you've got
Blood. I got 6 renown, and I decided to get a Blood Warrior and another Blood Reaver.
Okay, so we'll see you in episode 2 as we continue the saga of the Sky Vessel crew trying to get back together with their comrades. Okay, so at the end of the first episode, the Kharadron Overlords survived their Sky Vessel crash. They managed to find some survivors and fight off an initial ambush from a Khorne Bloodbound Warband. So far, both impressed and unimpressed with my army so far. The fart gun, that's quite good fun. Random number of shots. The first round it was particularly devastating. Second round couldn't get in range. Third round didn't really deal much damage against your general. But the little dude with the pistol and the cutter, he was quite impressive. Again, look at the dice, but he managed to take a guy out with his pistol and another guy with his sword. And the volley gun, what was that? 1 wound inflicted from 21 shots. So not so impressed with that. But yeah, they're going to continue to amass survivors as they continue to explore their way through this valley and back towards a skyport somewhere. Right, so onto your Bloodbound.
So far, not very pleased.
Yeah.
to say the least. In fact, so far I'm not very pleased.
Well, they're both contrasting forces, aren't they? Your guys are very close combat orientated, whereas my guys are gunline. So you need to try to play to the strengths of both. I knew that the range of my weapons was going to be effectively half the diameter of the board, half the width of the board. So I set my guys up a reasonable distance, sort of halfway into the sector, away from the centre of the board, so that I could take advantage of their ranged fire. But I also needed to stay far enough away from your guys, because when they charge in, my guys are going to be rubbish in close combat. So yeah, you tried to set your guys up so that they were within charge distance, but as it ended up, because we were in opposite quadrants, you couldn't quite get to within charge range.
No. And that disappointed me, because I was really looking forward to using the Bloodstoker, because both of his weapons are really good. His whip, it hits on 3s, wounding on 4s, but of course, because I can use that, I gave him a...
Yeah, +1 to wound rolls.
Yeah, +1 to wound rolls because of his command ability. But the artifact I gave him meant I could re-roll failed wound rolls for the Blood Whip. So I was really, really, really disappointed I couldn't use that.
Well, maybe next time. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed that. The first episode in this campaign. I hope you like the narrative we're spinning. It's quite a reasonable narrative, I think. I think it suits the two forces that we're doing and the setting that we're putting it in. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions on warbands for future skirmish campaigns, let us know. Let us know how you've got on playing with these two warbands. If you've got some experience playing with Khorne Bloodbound in Age of Sigmar Skirmish, or you've got some experience playing Kharadron Overlords in Age of Sigmar Skirmish, I think we'd both value the tips.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Should he be going for Reavers, or should he be going for Blood Warriors?
Or should I be saving up for a Korgorath?
Korgorath.
Korgorath, however you pronounce it. I call it Korgorath.
Yeah, I think you want a Khorne, don't you?
Yes, I do. I really want one.
Right.
Is it a good choice?
Yeah, I think you need the muscle. But equally, I'm very much aware that my guys are not good in close combat. The internet says they're not good in close combat, so they need to rely on their ranged weapons. So, in the meantime, I've got some building and painting to do.
You need to build another Blood Reaver.
I need to build a Blood Reaver for you. I need
2 Blood Reavers, in fact.
2 Blood Reavers? You're taking 2 more Blood Reavers, are you?
Yeah, because I've only got 6 for now, which means Blood Warrior and 2 Blood Reavers.
So you're not going to carry over any of your renowned sable for a Khorne?
Don't think so, no.
Right. Well, either way, I could use the models out of the Night Vault set for the Caltron Overlords, but I've also got a Start Collecting set, and I think I want to use some of the models out of that, so I've got better weapons options, so that everything's WYSIWYG on the table. What you see is what you get. But until next time, please continue to like,
Comment,
and subscribe, and God bless.